What is going on, guys? It's here coming at you back with another video, and today we're going to be doing a reactions video. So I haven't done a reactions video in quite a while, and today we're going to be reacting on the new Apple stuff that was released last week, and I think that just came out in stores yesterday. So we'll see. But yeah, I think let's just go ahead and get right into it. So Apple announced three new iPhones. They also announced a new iPad and the new Apple Watch. They also are releasing new software, and they also have new services. So let's start with the services first. So the two services that were released are Apple TV Plus and Apple Arcade, and those each are $5 a month, which for Apple Arcade, yeah, I guess it's okay. But for Apple TV Plus, that is not bad. That is actually very, very fantastic pricing. I can't believe I'm saying this about something from Apple, but the pricing is fantastic. So $5 a month gets you a bunch of movies. I mean, there are a bunch of movies at launch, and the service doesn't come out till November, but it should be. I feel like Apple TV Plus is actually going to do pretty well. But yeah, I guess we'll find out. And then the next thing that came out of that event is all of the new hardware. So first thing was the new Apple Watch Series 5. So the Apple Watch Series 5, I really think it should be called the Apple Watch Series 4.5. It's a very minimal update. There's really not much that's new. There's just a new titanium casing, which I actually really want to see in person. Personally, I like both the aluminum and stainless steel. I never justify myself about the ceramic. I don't even have an Apple Watch anymore. I did, but I don't have it anymore. I feel like the titanium, it's priced, I think, right on par with the stainless steel, which is interesting because I think the titanium is meant to be an edition model, but I'm not sure. It does have a few cool new features, like the always-on retina display, which I think is actually super, super handy because the display dims, but it doesn't completely shut off, which may have a negative effect on battery life, but I think it'll work. I think it's definitely going to be a useful feature. So, yeah. And then the next thing to come out of that is the new 7th generation iPad, because iPad 7 didn't work. Okay. But anyways, the iPad 7 is also a minimal update. It just has a slightly bigger screen compared to the iPad 6, which the iPad 6 had a 9.7-inch display. The iPad 7 has a 10.2-inch display, and I'm not sure if it's going to be a laminated display. The iPad 6 was not a laminated display compared to the iPad mini, iPad Air, and iPad Pro. But it starts again at $330, which I think is a really good price. I feel like the iPads have always been very fairly priced in Apple's lineup. The iPad Pro, I mean, $800 for an iPad Pro starting price is not bad, although I wish you would have more storage at the starting option, but oh well. But it's pretty much the same the iPad 7 is pretty much the same hardware as the iPad 6, and it even has the same internals. It does not get a chipset update, which is really disappointing, really. I feel like the iPad 7 should have easily gotten a chipset update. It still has the A10 Fusion from the last generation iPad, which is also the same chip. from the iPhone 7. So I guess that explains why it's $330. I don't know. But I feel like the A10 Fusion still might be okay, but it's not going to crush the benchmarks, and it's definitely not going to do as well as, say, the iPad Mini or the iPad Air, which both have the A12, and it's not going to come close to the iPad Pro with the A12X. And I'm wondering if we're going to see a new iPad Pro in October. I don't think so, but there's a possibility. And then the biggest highlight of the event, obviously, are the new iPhones. We first have the iPhone 11, which is the successor to the iPhone XR, and the XR is still being sold by Apple, but it's come down in price. It now starts at $599, which is not bad. I feel like at $749 last year, it was a little bit of a tough price to justify, but thankfully the iPhone 11 does not start at $749 this year. It starts at $699, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but Apple lowered the price by $50, which is good. And you are getting some new features. Now the display is still remain unchanged from the last gen. Still has the same liquid retina display with, I believe, the same 1792 by 828 resolution. I always thought the display was fine. People have complained about the display. I always think it's fine. I had an iPhone XR for a little while, and I never had a problem with the display. It always felt super crisp, and I'm assuming this display will be the exact same. But it now has a new dual camera system, but instead of the second lens being a telephoto lens like it's been in the past dual camera iPhones for the past couple of years, dating back all the way to the iPhone 7 Plus, it is now a ultra wide angle camera, which is awesome. So many new phones have had the ultra wide angle camera, Galaxy S10, LG V40. I could run down a whole list. It's finally nice to see that the iPhone now has an ultra wide camera, and the iPhone 11 also now has pet detection for portrait mode, which I wish the portrait mode was for like everything like you could do on the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max, also like the iPhone XS and XS Max. And speaking of which, the iPhone and XS and XS Max are now completely axed from Apple's lineup. They are no longer being sold by Apple. You can still get them from a carrier, but you cannot get them directly from Apple anymore. Which I guess makes sense since they don't want to compromise the sales of their iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max. But they are still selling the iPhone XR, like I said, at a lower price of $599. And also the iPhone 7 is now out of the lineup, I think completely. I think you can still get it on a prepaid carrier, but that's pretty much it. You can't get it from Apple. You can't get it on most standard carriers. And they also dropped the price again of the iPhone 8 to, I believe, $450. So that's not a bad price. So yeah, but let's talk about the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max. First off, iPhone 11 Pro Max. iPhone 11 Pro Max. That is a terrible name, but what are you gonna do? But the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max, I am never gonna get used to saying that name. They are a fairly minor update from the iPhone XS and XS Max. It's kind of like when the iPhone 6S went to the iPhone 7. It's sort of a minimal update besides the new triple camera. But I gotta tell you, I cannot get over the look of the triple camera. I think it is probably the worst 2019 phone design. I'm sorry, Apple, but just gotta say, I don't like it. I really think it looks ugly. But it now has, in addition to the standard and telephoto camera, it also now has that ultra wide camera. Which has a pretty impressive, I believe, 120-degree field of view, which is impressive. So yeah, and also another thing that is really awesome about the new iPhones is that they now have an upgraded front-facing camera. So it's now a 12-megapixel front-facing camera, which has which also has upgraded Face ID. It also has slow-mo on the front-facing camera, which I don't know if I personally use that, but I was seeing that as being a pretty useful feature. But I'm gonna stick to using slow-mo on the rear camera. So yeah. So overall, what's my favorite thing to come out of that new Apple event? I would have to say probably the 11. Now, no, I'm not getting one. Sticking with my Samsung Galaxy S9. But I feel like the iPhone 11 is definitely going to sell quite well, especially now that it is at a lower price of $699. So I think that's actually going to do very well. So yeah, but I'm hyped to see what this year of iPhones is going to do, is how it's going to perform, and yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, and also hit that subscribe button, and follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You guys already know what goes on, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.